Good afternoon, College Conquerors. My name is Ricky, and this is my YouTube channel, Ricky and Tings. My name is Ricky. I am from Lubbock, Texas. I graduated at Texas Tech University back in 2018. In 2020, I made the big step to leave my hometown and move to Austin, Texas. And for the past 3 years, I have been working as a college and career counselor at a Title I school here in the Austin, Texas area. So my job really consists of helping students with the college application process, whether it's Apply Texas, whether it's Common App. I also help them with financial aid, scholarships, FAFSA, TASFA. I help them with letters of recommendation. I also help them with trade certifications, enlisting in the military. And I really just help them with resources to help them be successful for when they graduate high school. I wanted to create this channel mainly because I want to help students on a bigger scale. You know, I absolutely love my job, but I want to input this into people who need that mentorship that might not have access to somebody at their high school or on their university campus. That's really why I'm making this content for you guys. There's going to be a series of videos that talks about different topics, whether it's the college application process, whether it's talking about essay writing, letters of recommendation. It's going to be a series of videos that focuses on those topics. The main topic today is how to navigate the world as a first-generation college student. But before we get into that, we need to define, what is a first-generation college student? A first-generation college student can be defined as someone whose parents or guardian did not obtain a bachelor's degree. So that is what makes you a first-generation college student. Even if your siblings did go to college and graduated with a bachelor's, it does not matter. We look at your parents' generation. So let's talk about it. How do you become successful as a first-generation college student? I highly suggest you look into different organizations and clubs that your campus offers. If you look into them, if you look on the university's website, you can see a list of organizations that your university sponsors, whether it be archery club, whether it's an academic club, whether it's an honors club. It could be a fraternity or a sorority. It could be Divine Nine, multicultural frats. There are so many organizations that you can join that could be applicable to you. And maybe you've never done it before, but you want to learn it. Definitely look into those clubs and really get out there and network and expose yourself to a different environment. I think that's what college is about, is really getting to know people who are like you, but who are also not like you, and gaining that cultural awareness, because that's what you're going to have to deal with in the workforce. You have to be able to understand other people and their cultures and be culturally competent. When I was in college, I joined 2 organizations that really focused on first-generation students, and I also played club volleyball as well. So I was constantly networking and socializing with people, and yeah, it made my college journey a lot more better, and I had fun, you know. I also went to a lot of parties. So another thing that I highly suggest for my first-generation college student is joining organizations that are just focused around students who are the first person in their family to graduate college. Mainly because you are going to be surrounded by people who know your struggles, you know. Some of us come from historically excluded communities as well, and really being around people who are like you and know your struggle is super, super important. And you won't feel as alone. So as first generation students, our parents did not have the privilege to go to school. And so when we are going through the college application process, we had to rely on outside informations beyond our parents, whether it's our college advisor, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Upward Bound, Talent Search. We had to focus on resources outside our parents. And you surrounding yourself with people who understand that struggle will help you be successful, and they will help you grow as well. When I was in college, I joined an organization called Student Support Services. It's a TRIO program that helps first generation low income college students get the resources they need. They had workshops, they had a resume workshop that I went to, they take you to conferences. I definitely highly suggest looking into SSS and seeing if your campus has one, because they will expose you to so much and you will get so much knowledge from being a part of that program. Definitely look in to see what housing options your campuses has, especially if you're a freshman and you're required to live on campus. A lot of these universities have first generation housing options, so you can be surrounded by people who are also first generation college students. And that's something that I did. I was surrounded with first generation students who were different cultures, but we really had each other's backs when it came to academics and stuff. Also, one of my students who is currently going to UTSA, she got a housing scholarship for being a first generation student, and they put her in a dorm with two other first gens, and she didn't have to pay housing. So definitely see if they have some housing options that will alleviate your stress socially and financially if they have that option. Scholarships, 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 scholarships. I say this to my students now, especially my seniors, is apply to scholarships, apply to scholarships. But guess what? It does not stop. Even if you're in college, you need to be applying to scholarships. So a lot of us first generation students also come from a lower socioeconomic tax bracket, and we have to work. We have to work full-time jobs, we have to work part-time jobs in order to pay for our college, but also pay for our tuition, pay for our rent, and pay for our necessities, And while you're in college, if you have the opportunity to apply to scholarships, whether it be the university scholarships, whether it be outside scholarships, or whether it be company scholarships, definitely apply. Mainly because that will alleviate financial burden from you, and you will be able to spend more time on having fun and focusing on your school if you have that financial freedom. Now let's talk about imposter syndrome. So many first generation college students suffer from imposter syndrome and thinking that the place that they have on campus is undeserving. First of all, you deserve to be there. Second of all, you are a baddie. That's just how I look at it. You are a baddie. You deserve to be there, and you are going to learn these skills to be successful. I had imposter syndrome, especially when I got out of college. That's when it was really bad, because when I entered the workforce, I was like, I don't know how to do this stuff. I am so nervous to work a full-time job because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. But you know what? I got into that position and I learned and I taught myself. And I really wish that's kind of what I focused on in college, is getting past my imposter syndrome. Because I'm in my adult life and I'm just like, wow, I'm a baddie. That's just how it is. I'm a baddie, and I can teach myself different things, and you can too. And one thing, if you ever start doubting yourself, you need to tell yourself, I deserve to be there, and you are going to be amazing, and you are going to be great, and you are going to thrive. Let's talk about academics. So definitely go to class. I skipped a lot of classes, and it happens, but I definitely highly suggest going to class and learning the material. And if you need help, I am 100% positive that your university has a tutoring center of some kind. Go to tutoring, especially for my engineers, my students who are wanting to go to law school or who are trying to get a degree beyond their bachelors and they need a good GPA to get into these good programs or whatever program that you're going to go into. Go to tutoring. It is okay if you go to tutoring. Spend some time in the library, get a study group, but definitely use your tutoring services. You are paying for these services, so this is a part of your tuition and fees. So definitely go and use the academic center, especially if you are struggling in some lectures or struggling in some class, they will help you. Also, talk to your professors. There are professors who are also the first person in their family to graduate college. Some of them are very, very, very understanding. If you have a certain situation that happened to you, talk to them, because all in all, most professors are going to support you and they're going to help you out. But closed mouths don't get fed. Do not suffer alone. Talk to your professors. And maybe you do have a professor that isn't so very nice. You won't know that until you talk to them. But definitely, I say talk to your professors, go to tutoring, create study groups, print out the syllabus, and get a calendar and note when all your tests are due, when your assignments are due. Keep yourself organized and make sure to manage your time, because time management is super, super important in college. And that's something that I wish I was better at, especially when I was studying in my bachelor's. I spent a lot of all-nighters studying for exams when I could have just like studied the week before and been good. But you know, like, I'm stubborn and I'm gonna wait the night before to study for my test. And I had a degree that wasn't too hard and I could do that. For some of you, you have to study weeks, months in advance for some of these exams. But yeah, study, manage your time, and just like put yourself out there. Thank you for joining me today. Like I said, I'm going to make a series of videos for you guys that are going to go through really important topics on how to make you guys successful. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out to me. My email is Ricky, RICKY, and TINGZ @gmail.com. RickyandTings@gmail.com. I'm here to help you, and yeah, feel free to reach out to me, and thank you for tuning in. I'm super, super happy to be a part of your journey, and yeah, let's conquer life together.